Hello friends, welcome back to another Value Vintage Cards video. So this one I'm going to cover two quick topics. One is a little bit about grading, and the other is trying to score a playing day's Ty Cobb on the, let's air quote it, cheap. Little tough. Cobb is obviously kind of the original big guy. Cobb and Wagner probably from that era, and then you can go, Cy Young, Mathewson, Walter Johnson as kind of your, tobacco era big guys, and then you go into, Ruth Gehrig and that era. But Cobb is absolutely, I think, if you were to do a Mount Rushmore of just, original influence, big names in the hobby and in the sport, he would have to be absolutely start of your list. So his stuff tends to sell as a premium. I think people will always be interested in that. So one of the things I showed, I was talking to my buddy Jason the other night and talking about, playing day Cobbs and, T205, T206, even T202 and 201 and what else? Exhibits sometimes you can find for reasonable, but it's tough to find them without a comma. So one of the things that I shared with him was this, and I actually posted this. Tom Barker. I love these actually. Tom Barker, National Game, Polo Grounds, all these like playing cards. I'll have to get that video put together too. So this one was, for me, a gift from my brother-in-law years ago. I think I've shared it once or twice on the channel already. I used to do his taxes. I had a tax business. I would do his taxes, and every year he'd buy me a gift that was probably somewhat less than he would have paid to do taxes, but probably somewhat more than I would have valued my time at. So it was always a nice exchange, nice little bonus. I would have done it for free, but throws in something as a nice gift. And one of the gifts was this. So I'm guessing when he bought this, this was probably a $50 card, $75 card. You can tell from the number that PSA gave it, the serial number starting with a 3, and it's a 5. It's nice. It's not labeled as a Cobb card, but it is an image of Cobb, so it's a nice alternative way. They're not easy to find. Those playing series aren't a million of them out there, but that is one that, because it's not labeled as Ty Cobb, you can find at a little bit of a value. The other option that I was throwing out is always to go with something like that. Go with a strip card. He's got a lot of different strip cards. Some of them are really, really cartoonish. Let's go with that. I was going to say almost silly looking. And a lot of them are, weird interpretations from these issues. But I do think that one, it's obviously an A because of how it's cut. There's no top border really to it, but they're always hand cut. So A's will never bother me. A's I'm good with. In fact, that probably looks a lot nicer than some of the 1s and 2s because the card itself doesn't have really any damage to it. It's just cut really poorly. So when you take a look at the card itself, it's pretty solid. And sometimes with these, you can tell more the truth of the card on the back because that's where you'll start to see creases easier than you might on, the colorful fronts. But it's from the 20s, so it's not really an early career issue. He was a manager and player at that point, which is kind of neat. But I'm definitely looking for suggestions and recommendations. What else would you suggest? Kind of thinking in the sub-comma range of price. So let me know what you all like. Exhibits tend to cross over into commas, and anything with a T tends to as well. So other than strip cards and possibly a Tom Barker non-Ty Cobb, what else would you throw my way as a recommendation or idea? All right, and the second topic I wanted to hit in this video is really a thank you to the grading companies. So the other day we did a Mount Rushmore of left-handed pitchers, and one of the people I put on there was Warren Spahn. And this is why, people buy the card, not the grade. I showed it like this, and everyone's looking at it like, centering's not perfect, but they're tough on those. I mean, what is that, like a 4, 5, 7? Like, like it looks nice. The corners look pretty crisp. Coloring is good. Image is clear, which is another problem you see all the time. And like, it's a 2. And honestly, looking at it on camera, it was really hard to find. And even just sitting in the room, it was hard to find. So I took some zoomed in pictures just to try and find it, but I think if I can get close enough and the camera will get clear enough, I feel like it's still. Dang. Can you guys even see it? Let me go with the back. All right, this might just be a card I need to sell on YouTube. This is ridiculous. So there is a decent crease. It's got to just be the lighting in bottom corner. I'm trying to get this as close as I can without it going complete blur on everybody. So it's a deserving 2, but it's kind of for all the best reasons. If I show it like that, if I hung that on my wall, nobody's going to be paying attention to the number assigned anyway. This thing, so there is a crease on this corner where I'm holding it. It goes not like that at all, but it goes like that. So that is one. There we go. I think you can finally see it. It looks like a hairline, and that's one that, again, like I think you can see it right there, and boom, it's gone. How is that possible? So you're buying something online. If I show you that picture, you're like, damn, 5, 2, 5, 2. Isn't that crazy? Like to me, I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but to me that looks like a phenomenal 2, and literally it's hard to even find the crease. I couldn't remember what corner it was in, and I couldn't see it. At the right angle, yes, it's there. But if you were to show that raw and the wrong angle, I'm thinking that's a mid to higher grade card. So thank you, PSA, for slapping an appropriate number on it. Thank you for maybe still undergrading it. Maybe that's the fair grade. I don't know. I haven't looked at all the definitions, but I'm very, very happy with a 2 that looks like that. Recently, and I do have an ungraded version of this card, so I'm going to have to unload that. I did a similar upgrade. This is one of this might be my second or third favorite card of his. I really enjoy this Willie Mays card. I don't know why. I like the 57 set for a few different reasons, and some of the images in that are just neat, staged poses and stuff, but I think that is just such a pure classic. I think I like the fact you can see so much of like his uniform. And again, you can see the grade on it. It's a 1.5. The way this showed in the scans when it was for sale, it looked about like it does right now. I could tell the image was clear. It wasn't snowy. I could tell the centering was good. I could tell, the registration of the card was nice. It was a good looking card. I could tell the corners weren't perfect. They're not crisp, but again, a little love makes it affordable, and it really doesn't take away from the image at all for me. So I'm really happy with that. I don't need 6s and 7s. As you get closer and closer and closer, again, it's one of those, like, at the right angle, you can see it. At the wrong angle, it's tough. It is in the upper thumb corner. So right here, there is a crease, wrinkle, whatever. I only point that out because, like, right here, it disappears. Somewhere in this range, I don't see it. And again, wrong image. I think that's a 3. It's only when you get closer you see, like, okay, there's a little imperfection there. Let's go ahead and ding it. I think 1.5 is very harsh. Thank you to the updated 9 serial number. I'm going to say if this was a 1 serial number, it might be a 2.5. Not sure. I mean, even back is completely clean. So to me, awesome card. Does everything I want it to do. Thank you for the little wrinkle on the part of the card that I don't care about. That is as out of the way as you can get. And it's in the kind of color section up there where it almost blends in. It almost looks like it's just a beam or something, especially when you're holding it here. For those of you that pull your loop out to look at your card collection, you might not enjoy that card. But for me, I look at things with my old eyes at a foot distance, and I think that looks pretty gosh darn good. So I will say on those 2 cards in particular, thank you, PSA. I don't love seeing the number slapped on it. I don't need it by any means, but if I saw those 2 ungraded, and I mean, probably even at a show, I mean, literally I'm looking at those cards in person, and it can be hard to find the ding, the damage. So I'm glad they slap a number on it when you're buying something online, because between scans and I don't think any of those would have been intentionally misrepresented, but maybe it's just me as a bad buyer, or maybe the images weren't perfect. But for me, it would have been really, really tough to pick up those dings and damages that would reduce the grade and significantly reduce the value down to where I want to pay for it. So that's all I really have for today. 2 big topics. So I'm asking for your help. Playing day Cobbs, sub comma, throw them my way, and share your thoughts. I know there's a lot of us out here that are not, submit everything we get kind of fans, but do you find some value and some comfort in at least seeing a number to give you a starting line and a basis for valuation analysis and deciding if it's for you? That's all I got. I will catch up with y'all soon. Have a good one.